USA Water Polo? Because there is no guy named Tebow, no lockouts minus years of world wars, and the only decision these players made was taking their talents to the United States. Why are more people not into water polo then? Maybe because in the majority of the country we think it's only an indoor sport, or we don't want to take the time to learn the rules to a sport we can watch once every 4 years, or because ESPN thinks watching multi-day events of people checking and folding is more exciting than rugby played in water. The excuse of not being able to see water polo doesn't work anymore, as we are providing the nation a platform to dive into a sport that is sure to captivate all audiences. For the fan who likes the physicality of football but hates the soft direction it's headed, the hard punches and stamina required of a late-round boxing match but can't stand that the best are afraid to face off, or the pitch-by-pitch strategy within a baseball game but can't afford to spend countless more hours waiting for the next pitch, I recommend a look into water polo. For the fan who abides by the dictionary where academics comes before athlete, is more interested in the guys' personal lives than the final score, or tired of the ridiculous uniform combinations in college football, I introduce you to a team of Stanford grads, California surfers, and Speedos. The sport itself doesn't captivate one in its own right. The personality of these players is sure to appeal to all Americans. These guys play to represent more than themselves in the sport of water polo. They don't lead with the hope of increasing their followers on Twitter, but instead lead to provide a path of high character for the next group to follow. They don't stand on the pool deck with green dollar signs in their eyes waiting for their contracts to get worked out, but instead dive in with only gold in their sights. They don't train with the mentality that if we don't win this year, there's always the next year, because there is no next year, or next year, or even next year. These guys are different from your typical professional sports athletes. They are not in it for the money, because frankly there isn't much there. They're not in it for the fame, shown by the lack of coverage that slides them into obscurity. And they are not in it for themselves, seen by the colors they wear. It is different than your 4 major sports because in this one, we all wear the same colors. Come game day across the country, we will see, hear, and feel the spirit of the red, white, and blue. It is a feeling that is not felt on Super Bowl Sunday, Game 7 of the World Series, or on a Sunday at the Masters. In professional sports within the United States, when the final whistle is blown, somebody is upset because their team lost. That is not the case with USA Water Polo. So why USA Water Polo then? Because you don't want to be left out of the national celebration when the men you're able to develop a bond with bring home the gold.